Hastings program, as well as we'll touch on the Preakness. Should be a great day today, Drew. Lots going on.
Really exciting day today at Hastings and here at the Derby Barn Grill with Mario in the Preakness, going for the second leg of the Triple Crown on I'll Have Another. Going to be packed, I'd say.
It's going to be packed. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's been a while since we had this much excitement at Hastings in May. Usually we have to wait till September, October for the big races, but now in May we're getting this kind of excitement, and it's great to see people out. We got the weather cooperating.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Awesome. It's supposed to be nice throughout the weekend, especially Saturday. So yeah, come out to the races, come out to the Derby. I know we'll be busy out here. Huge crowd at the track, so it'll be a lot of fun, and they will have that big screen again.
Yeah, the big screen in the infield.
The track to watch the race,
which is a lot of fun. All right, let's get into the 8 races today, as well as the Preakness. We'll touch on the Preakness after our 8 race analysis of the Saturday, May the 19th program. We'll start off in the first race, Drew. I'll kick it off. Field of 5 in the opener, mile the 16th, $5,000 BC bred maidens. I've gone to the 3 Eagle Eyes. Not a lot of form to go on, not a lot of good form to go on in here. He's dropping from maiden 10. He's been done his spring training down in Northern California, so he's got a lot of mileage in him. He did have some excuses in that first up run at Hastings, so I'm going to take him to win it. Amadeo Perez jumps in the irons. That's not going to hurt. Number 1, Wandering Dreamer out of the Orla McConnell barn, a distant second in his first up run this year. I put him in for second. The pedigree does say distance, so maybe this one will move forward. Not a tough spot either. And I put the 5, Charlie T, in for third, but I do like the 3 Eagle Eyes on the class drop and the stretch out as well.
I agree with you. To a T. The one thing, like you say, it's limited form here. So I kind of looked at the Tomlinson numbers, and Eagle Eyes for this distance, huge Tomlinson number. Obviously bred to go the distance. His races look like the best. He has been training well all along. I got him on top, Wandering Dreamer in second. I agree with you there. Got beat by a pretty nice horse, I think, Brandon's Courage last time. It was, much the best in the race, and Charlie T in third, Tax Horse in third. So I'm right with you. It's,
pretty formful start to the day. It should be. Yeah. We're hoping we'll pad the wallet a little bit, not a lot, but still we'll maybe get you parlaying some winning tickets into some bigger money later on. But we both agree on the 3, 1, and 5 in the Saturday opener. And
on to the second, Fillies and Mares non-winners of the year for 3,000, and I have gone to the 4, Joey's Jewel with Richard Hamill in the attack. Last few races have been disappointing, obviously, but what I do like is the big drop, giant plunge down to the 3,000 non-winners of the year level. That kind of pushed me this way. Hamill's in the irons. That's who I got in first. I got Joy LaBamba in second, a horse that's been running at Santa Anita. Yep. Talk about that fresh edge. Obviously running tougher races at Santa Anita. Comes up here, another one that takes a giant plunge. Drop. Big plunge down. Got her in second spot. And in third, I have Donata out of the William Levanaway barn. Gets Amadeo Perez, the red hot.
Yes, he is.
Amadeo Perez. Amadeo and William have just been on fire together this year. Amadeo's been on fire, and every time he's teamed with William, they seem to really be cracking.
Right.
So I'm 4-2-5.
Yeah, I like Joey's Jewel. I'm really concerned this horse isn't coming out of the gate. This horse has got some problems. I don't know if it's obviously got some problems because it's dropping from 15 down to 3. I'm really worried why this horse isn't breaking. And this horse broke fine all last year. Now it won't leave the gate. That's twice in a row. It wasn't maybe first time I give it, maybe something freaky could have happened. Set up right to break, whatever. Yeah. Second time, This horse is like something's 2 times in a row, and I got to leave town on the horse. I put her in for third, but I'm going to go to the 7, Tamarindo. She is coming back in 6 days. Not a ton of speed in here. I think she can sit on the outside of Donata and Seashell and maybe win the money. I thought it was a pretty good effort against Lino Vision and BC Cat. This is a lot easier company, so I'm going to try Tamarindo. She knows how to win races.
Hard knocking type,
you usually can't go wrong betting on Tamarindo. She tries hard.
She does.
I put the 1, Call Me Jewel, in for second, the other Jewel horse. Sat close to a slow pace. I don't really think the pace scenario set her up very well last time. There was just no speed on, and Princess Rainier and ran on and won quite easily. Songs Royal Diamond. So I think there's going to be more speed in here, and it might help out Call Me Jewel. Little weight break with Alex Marty in the irons. And I put Joey's Jewel in for second. I'm just worried about Joey's Jewel not breaking. There's got to be a reason. There's something wrong, there's some issues, and I'm just worried. Even at the 3,000 level, she walks out of there 5 or 10 behind again.
Still can't spot him,
tough to win. And you know, probably going to be even money or less. So I'm going to try Tamarind anyway. I went 7, 1, and 4. On to the third race. We got some Colts and Geldings in here. Conditional $7,500 claimers. Going 6.5 furlongs. I landed on the 7 Silver Ruler out of the Bob Roman barn. I thought a pretty good second in his final start last year. He actually ran some good races at 211. Only got the 1 win though. I think he gets a great pace scenario. Do I think he's the best horse in the race? No. But I think there's going to be a crazy pace in here. Mass Mailing, Vying for Glory, Kentucky Clipper, Vernon Cat, Dictatorship. 5 of the 7 runners have kind of the same running style. And I'm just hoping that Silver Ruler will take advantage of that. The works are great. Nice work, 59. Wow. The last prep. So that was enough to sell me on Silver Ruler. I put the 2-horse Vying for Glory in for second. Probably the best horse in the race. Yeah. But I think he may get compromised by the pace scenario. And I put the 3 Tappin' Tough, a newcomer, for Frank Shearer and Alex Murray. Been working quite well. Good 6.5 furlong drill. Has some back class when running at Santa Anita. Been running on the California circuit. Yep. Went up north to Golden Gate. Ran here last year at Hastings and went to the sidelines.
Just the one start, yeah.
But another one that has an off-the-pace running style that might get set up, so I put him in for third. But I do like the 7 Silver Ruler to get set up really well. I went 7, 2, 3.
Pretty close. I went with the 2 Vying for Glory. Like you said, I just think he's the best horse.
He is the best horse, no doubt.
So, rarely can you go wrong picking the best horse in the race. That's the way I went. McPherson and Hamill always dangerous together. I put Dictatorship in the second spot. He's only run twice this year. Win his first start pretty nicely. Come back, run a tough race against Swongs, where they just battled it out on the whole, gate to wire. They just battled the whole way. So he's been off a little time since then. He gets a little breather, comes back, should be freshened up a little bit. So I think he'll be tough. And I do have Tappin' Tough in the third spot. Like you say, a horse that with the back class, was running grade 3s and stuff at Santa Anita. Ran the once up here last year, gets the break, and Perez takes the call. For very capable Alex Murray.
Yeah, I don't mind your pick, Vying for Glory, but I agree that
not his best scenario.
Best horse in the race. I'm just a little concerned this horse may get caught up in a little quick pace and something that stays way out of it might just benefit and just loop the field like Silver Ruler, who's been working well. So you're going to go to the 2 Vying for Glory. I'm going to head to the 7 horse on the outside, Silver Ruler.
2, 6, 3 for me, and on to the 4th. A Fillies and Mares, non-2 for 4,000, and I went to the 1 Fun Again, a horse that looked like she won this race last time. It was a really close, long
BMT,
photo. Yeah, BMT just got her at the wire. It was a really tight photo. Nothing really new in here. Nobody drops in, so I do have her on top. Breakaway past the horse. It was just behind her last time. I have in second spot for John Morrison and Perez again. Couldn't really decide between the 2. I think maybe even Breakaway Pass might get the better of her this time, but I went with Fun Again because it did almost look like she won the race last time and did beat her by 3/4 of a length. And in third spot, I have the 9 Viability. A horse just broke his maiden, but did so pretty impressively under Dave Wilson. And
owned by a friend of the show?
Owned by one of the great friends of the show, and the Derby Bar and Grill, one of our great customers here, Ken Johnson. Good luck this weekend, Ken.
Yeah, that was a nice win.
The third spot, easy.
It is a tougher company, but still ran a creditable race.
She's kind of been on the improve this year, He struggled last year. First went out run third, then comes back and wins pretty impressively. She's going the right direction.
Yeah, she is, and definitely worth a look. I went to the 7 horse Breakaway Pass. I agree with you. I think it's 7, 1, 1, 7. I mean, they ran second and third last time. That's I think
breakaway coin toss.
Yeah, it might be a smidge more value with the 7 Breakaway Pass. Who didn't have the benefit of a race under her belt. Were Fun Again and run once. And I think now that Breakaway Pass has a race, maybe she can run her down. And I'm going to take the 7 Breakaway Pass to defeat the 1 Fun Again. I put the 3 BB's Quick Action in for third. Just a newcomer that has some speed. Didn't fall in love with any of the others, so I went 7, 1, and 3. But I think we're on to the exactor of 1, 7, 7, 1, 7, 9. So that certainly looks like the live 2 anyway for me in race number 4. On to the 5th race. We've got some maiden special weight. Actually, an optional claimer. $30,000 is the claiming price if you wish. You get a little weight off if you run for the 30, or you can run for the maiden special weight. No claiming price. 6.5 furlongs is the distance. Field of 8 going postward, kicking off the pick 4. I went to the 1, Sunny Soloro. This horse had quite a bit of trouble in her debut this year. Missed the break by about 3 or 4 lengths, got bounced around, got into some trouble at the quarter pole. The field really started to bulk up as the pace slackened because there was some really fast fractions that day with 2, 5, and 10 out there on the head end. And the field really bulked up, and this horse kind of got the worst of it. Still come running on well to be 4th. I think she'll be a lot better today and likely a lot closer to the pace. I put the 8 Graffiti Grace in for second. She chased those hot fractions before actually not getting, I was going to say tiring, but she didn't tire. She kept battling on. She only got beat a length. So she's definitely worth following. Richard Hamill picks up the mount for the injured Dave Wilson. And I put the 7, One Awesome Promise, who's got a great pedigree. A filly by Awesome again out of Promise One, who's a stakes place filly. She was very well bred, and actually her family is closely connected to Ghost Zapper. So there's a very nice family here that could be live at first asking. So I'm going to go 1, 8, and 7 in a race that I didn't fall in love with anyone, but those are the 3 I'm going to land with.
Yeah, I wasn't cheating off you in this race. The only one we have in common is I put One Awesome Promise on top. Because of the breeding. She's been training at Golden Gate all winter. She should be fit, ready to go. The breeding
can't get any better. Exactly. Any better than that.
Exactly. It's just a standout for me in here. So that's the way I went. Even at first asking, Barb's been on fire with maiden special weights this year. Marlowe's in the tech. Marlowe's been heating up lately. I get back to the breeding. Just tough to overlook. So I have her on top. In the second spot, I put Reveling, a horse out of the Craig McPherson barn. Some decent works. A minute worked to 6.5 furlong. So he should be fit enough. I'm not in love with any of the horses that have really run yet. So
I know they haven't shown a lot, have they?
I'm kind of looking for something that maybe jump up and surprise at first asking here. The one that I do have in third is one that's run a couple times was Revster. Even though she was running for maiden 20, she was running hard knocking races, and I don't think the jump up here is that much to ask.
No, it's not a big. There's no monster in here.
Yeah, so
exactly.
So I put her in third. So it's 7-6-2 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the 1 Sunny Solero, but as you can see, it's kind of a tough race to start.
You might want to go deep in this one.
You might want to play 3 or 4 of them in your pick 4s or your pick 5s, which of course start in race number 4. But this leg is a little tough. Move on to the 6th.
On to the 6th, 3 and up claiming 25,000. Good race here.
It is a really good race. A lot of talent.
A lot of talent in here. 3 and up, older horses, wide open, claiming 25,000. And I went with the 7. I think you agreed with me here, actually.
Yes,
Storm and Proud Pop out of the Terry Clyde barn. Prince and 10 won that last race. He ran a really good second, and Prince and 10 was battling the whole way. Fought on to get in front of those horses to get second down the lane. And the horse has got a lot of back class. Been claimed a lot. Everybody likes the look of this horse. Yeah, he's a runner. He's been to war and he knows how to win. So I have him on top. In the second, I have Quentin's Destiny. Much ballyhooed kind of horse this spring here. Came in with a lot of talk about him. He beat Taylor Sad in Santa Anita. Then he came up for the stake here. He ran in 2 stakes and didn't have much luck in there. He's kind of a deep closer, and both those stakes were big fields that he seemed to get in a lot of trouble in.
So on a bull ring on these horses that are, he's a one-turn.
He used to run on a mile, and you have a lot of room to do what you want.
He just hasn't been comfortable here.
Yeah, he hasn't had much luck here, but he drops down to the $25,000 level, which should make him pretty tough in here, you'd have to think. And in third, I have the 1 Silver City Sam, horse
that's off the charts.
A little off the charts here. Steve Henson, first off the claim, 67%.
Ouch, that's good. That's pretty solid.
Pretty solid. Goes with, again, Red Hot Amadeo Perez. That's pretty much just why I went that way. Stevie's really good off the claim. Gets the leading rider.
I think the horse may need to go long, but still, we got to put someone in for third. But I agree with you on the top two. Especially Storm and Proud Papa. This horse ran a very good race against some pretty quality 25 claimers. There was Pop Artist in there, Bon Bunny. That was a dirty, tough 25 grand. That there was no free. Eighth of a mile.
For everybody,
there was you had to run the whole way.
And he did.
It was a tough race, and he kept running on, and he was closing the best at the end, and just ran out of racetrack. I think the outside post will do him a great service today. I think Pedro can just kind of cruise up on the outside. He'll be really tough to beat.
I think so.
I put the 3 Silly Fella in for second. I'm going to give this horse a shot sprinting. Probably a little better going long, but he can sprint. He's a horse that sneaks up every once in a while and runs a good one.
Rare that he's this cheap too.
Yeah, he's down in class, in for 25 grand today, and I put Quentin's Destiny in for third. Got to respect the connections and the horse. I mean, he's a nice horse, but he just couldn't handle the stakes company here at Hastings. He's down here in a lot better spot. Look for him to come running on. I just wish there was more speed in the race for him. I'm just a little concerned that I think it looks like Seminole Brave and Storm and Proud Pop are going to get the lead, or maybe Silly Fella might go out there. But I still see a 22-3 opening quarter or something like that, which is that's a gift for these kind of horses.
Exactly.
And it might be tough for Quentin's Destiny to make, or even your Silver City Sound. It might be tough for those horses to make up some ground late. But I went 7, 3, and 4. We both agree on the 7-horse Stormin' Proud Papa to kick off the late pick 3. All right, the 7th race, our feature event. This is the Ross McLeod for 3-year-old fillies going 6.5 furlongs, $50,000 guaranteed pot. I've gone to the 8 Claire's Measy. Not a difficult selection
no surprise,
at all. She's been brilliant here at Hastings. She won with Something in Reserve. She's been biding her time in the mornings. Greg Tracy hasn't really set her down big time, but he's had a lot of time in between races, and just kind of been playing around with her, keeping her just keeping her happy, and that's what you got to do with
doesn't really have to drill her. She's very talented. Yeah, she's really talented. It's not really have to drill her.
No, they know she can run. Yeah. So I put her in the top spot. I put the 3 Evelyn's Dancer in for second, coming up from Santa Anita. I know the barn is quite high on her, and it'll be interesting to see how she runs here at Hastings. This will be her first time she sets foot on the track. She's been breezing down at Pegasus before working a half the other day in 50 and change, so got to respect her. And I put the 1 R Eleanor. I was very impressed with her debut. Got bottled up in behind the speed.
She checked at the quarter still come around.
I thought, okay, she can't win. Sunnyside Gal's got the win. Here she comes, motoring around and caught them all, and I was pretty impressed with that. So 8-3-1 for me. I've left out Gabby Got Her Way, who's a brilliant filly.
Top 2-year-old filly here last year,
Yeah, and she's been working well, but just if you're going to beat her, it's going to be this time because she doesn't have a race under her belt. All these other fillies have had chances to run, and it's difficult to come and beat a quality crew off of works. But I don't know if anyone can. John can, and it wouldn't surprise me to see her win. But you got to pick some horses, and I'm going 8-3-1.
Again, very similar. I do have Claire's Mizey on top. It was I was kind of torn. If I really like Evelyn's Dancer. If Evelyn's Dancer had run once over the track, I probably would have picked her, even if she'd run second to Claire's Mizey or something like that. Just getting that start over the track, I probably would have picked her. But Claire's Mizey loves this surface, right?
And she's probably going to get the lead. She's probably going to have to work to get the 8-hole. Probably just going to glide up there, clear, and
have a lot of things go her way.
Comfortable fractions, and I just worry that Evelyn's Dancer might get caught up in traffic, and laying in 3rd, 4th, or 5th, and then
not be able to get to her.
Right.
So I did go with her on top, but I do really like Evelyn's Dancer. That's kind of a coin toss for me. I really think Evelyn's Dancer is that nice. She was running some tough races in California. A lot tougher than what Claire's Mizey's been facing, obviously, up here. So I have her in second spot. In the third spot, the horse you just mentioned, Gabby Got Her Way. Yeah. Just off of her works, what she accomplished here last year. Another horse that probably is better going long, but I think she's just one of the more talented fillies in the race, so I put her in for third.
Yeah, she sprinted well last year. She routed well last year. She's just a good, solid, quality filly. But it's just how many you can't pick the top 5. You exactly. To pick the top 3, and it's just we didn't even put in Sunnyside Gal. They were probably like a point or 2 apart in the voting last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Top filly. It just shows you how deep the division is already.
Didn't even look at Dance to Win, filly that ran a really nice allowance race earlier.
Yeah, good quality fillies though in our feature race, the Ross McLeod today. Moving on to the 8th race.
On to the 8th race, the non-2, non-3 for 3-year-olds and up. Colts and Geldings going long, which shakes this race up a little bit. Nice to finally get some long races going. I went to the 7 Texas Buccaneer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, out of the Rob Van Overshot barn. Second, beaten 3/4 last time. He was closing good. Obviously, he'll appreciate the added ground. Him on top. In the second spot, I have Brandon's Courage, a horse I mentioned earlier. Just crushed in his last start. Yep. Yeah, the race before that, even from 8 and 5, he got collared the whole way, got pushed the whole way, and just kind of ran out of gas at the end. Comes back from 8 and 5 and just romps. So I don't think that's a huge jump up for him. I think he'll be able to handle the hike up to the 7,500 non-2, non-3. And in third, I have Little Brown Guy, another hard-knocking guy who's going to be going to appreciate the distance.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I kind of agree. I love Texas Buccaneer. I think it could be a key in your pick 4s, pick 5, whatever wagers you like to play. Yeah. But if this horse is running second, going 6 furlongs, That's pretty solid because if you look at his form, the mile 16th is
dying to go long,
And his best races have been going long. He would have won more races at the distance, but a lot of the times when he was running long, they were against allowance and tough quality horses.
Stakes.
He's in a good spot here. He fits the conditions to a T. He's a non-3, but he's a BC bred, so I like him to win it. I put the 6-horse Dangerous Pleasure in for second. Pretty impressed with his Hastings debut. He fought the tough fight on the head end with another speed horse, spit that one out.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite hold off Navajo Knight, who come flying late, who had the benefit of winter racing coming up from Phoenix. But I put him in for second, and I put the 2 Little Brown Guys you mentioned. I think a horse that won't mind to stretch out. Just needs to relax a little bit. He was a little speed. He tried to chase Dangerous Pleasure last time. Maybe a little. When this horse runs his best races when he's held back and produced one late run, and I think he'll get to do that today. But I do like Texas Buccaneer. I went 7, 6, and 2. All right, that'll close out our Saturday, May the 19th selections here at Hastings, live here from the Derby Barn Grill. Up next on screen, for those of you that want to jot down all the picks, if you kind of jumped in the middle, we're going to go through both Drew and my selections. So we'll start off with my picks on the 8-race program today. We'll start off in our race number 1. In the first race, I went with the 3 Eagle Eyes. Went 3, 1, and 5. In the second race, I went 7, 1, and 4. That's the 7, the old mare Tamarind, a good hard knocking gal. In the third race, I went 7, 2, and 3. The 7 is Silver Ruler. I got lots of 5 sevens today. Wow, look at all those orange buttons. In the fourth race, actually, in the third race, I went 7, 2, 3. Yes, in the fourth race, I went 7, 1, and 2. Breakaway pass on top. In the fifth race, I went 1, 8, and 7. The 1-horse Sunny Soloro. In the sixth race, I went 7, 3, and 4. That's old Stormin' Proud Papa. In the seventh race, I went with 8, Claire's Measy, a very talented gal out of the great Tracy Barn. 8, 3, and 1 for me. And in the eighth and final, yet again, another 7, Texas Buccaneer.
Lucky
7, 6, and 2 in the finale.
And on to me, there we are. In the first, I agree. I went with the 3, Eagle Eyes, over the 1 and 5. The second, number 4, Joey's Jewel, over the 2 and 5. In the third, number 2, Vying for Glory, over the 6 and 3. In the fourth, number 1, Fun Again, over the 7 and 9. In the fifth, number 7, the extremely well-bred, One Awesome Promise, over the 6 and 2. In the sixth, I agree with Mike, number 7, Stormin' Proud Papa, over the 4 and 1. In the seventh, number 8, Claire's Measy, over the 3 and 4. And in the eighth, again agreeing with Mike, number 7, Texas Buccaneer, over the 4 and 2.
Well, Drew, there is one other kind of important race today. It's called the Preakness.
The Preakness.
The second jewel of the Triple Crown. We got a field of 11.
Go Mario.
Go Mario. I know. I'm going to pick him today, but still, I don't get to wear
Just
a
jump
button.
on the bandwagon. You don't get a button because you didn't pick him in the Derby.
11 3-year-olds set to go a mile and 3/16. The race goes about 3:15 our time here on the West Coast. So plan to be near a television for the Preakness. I'm going to take the 9. I'll have another. I'm going to jump on board, as he mentioned. I know. One little mistake. I know. You're not going to pay $30-odd today. He's going to be about a $7, $6 horse.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah. But I'll have another nice draw. I got the 9-hole. I think that's good. He can kind of gallop up on the outside of Bodemeister. But Bodemeister is the horse to come and catch. He'll likely go off as the favorite. I put him in for second. And I put the 6, Creative Cause, in for third. I'm pretty impressed with his Derby run. Yeah. He had quite a bit of misfortune in the race.
He didn't have the best trip.
No, and he still didn't get disgraced at the end. No. So I think he might be worth following in the race. But we got to go for Mario. I'm going to go 9, 7, and 6.
Absolutely. Like you say, the outside post I really like. Oh,
there's my picks.
There's your picks, the 9, 7, 6. Yeah, I do like the outside post, like I did in the Derby. He gets to put him where he wants. He probably just.
I got 2 Mario.
You got
photos.
2 Marios.
I got 2 Mario.
You should only have 1 because you didn't pick him in the Derby.
Yeah, Drew should get the 2 Marios.
But I do like the outside post. I know there's a lot of talk about Bodemeister, but I think that the Derby might have taken too much out of him. So I'm taking I'll have another. Bodemeister in second. And I couldn't decide between Creative Cause or Went the Day Well. Yeah. It was kind of
good pick. I gave you my 4th horse.
So I went the day well in the third spot.
But yeah, it should be a great afternoon today. There's 8 great races at Hastings today, along with the Preakness. Should be a great simulcast day as well. Go Mario, go! It should be a lot of fun, and it'll be a lot of people.
Let's hope he gets there. Boy, it'd be exciting if he
today,
get there.
as well as here at the Derby Bar and Grill, betting their $2 on I'll Have Another. Well, that'll do it for our Saturday, May the 19th selections. Please don't go anywhere. We do have our Sunday and Monday picks. But before we get to both the Sunday and Monday picks, Drew and I had a chance to catch up with Mario Gutierrez with a special interview here on Handicappers Corner. And here it is. Our special guest today on Handicappers Corner is the Kentucky Derby winning jockey, Hastings' own Mario Gutierrez. Thanks for joining us, Mario.
Hey, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it's been a crazy last week or 10 days since winning the Derby. Tell us a little bit about the whole experience of going through, especially start maybe with going onto the track. What it was like, 150,000 people walking through the tunnel, being on a horse in a big race like that.
It was pretty noisy. I didn't realize how noisy it was until actually I got home and I finally got to watch the replay for the first time. It was pretty noisy. At the time, I was acting pretty much just focused about the race and I just tried to perform well and I didn't want to let anybody down. So I was focused. I was excited for the race, and so I couldn't hear a thing at that time.
Now, other than obviously winning the race, what's kind of been the best part of the after effects of winning the Derby?
Oh, winning! Being here for sure. This is the only time that I be enjoying myself. I'm with the people that I wanted to spend my time, and I'm just happy to share with you guys and Glenn and Troy. I'm just happy to be here. This is the best part of winning the Kentucky Derby.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it is. You got a lot of family. Like this stage of your life, all your family and friends are right here in Vancouver, and I know it was nice to get a little break from all the, because you have to be a pro and be focused. It's nice to let your guard down a little bit. But I've been amazed at how good you've been. Actually, excellent. You've been with the media.
Very composed, yeah.
Yeah, you've been excellent. Almost as flawless as your ride. The way you've handled the media, because it's been pretty busy.
Yeah, it's been pretty. It gets tired a little bit, but I don't want to say no. I don't want to think I'm that kind of guy.
But yeah, I know Gary Stevens, his wife, has been fielding a lot of calls for you.
Yeah, she's really been helping a lot. I don't have to answer that many calls anymore, so she's helping me a lot. She just call me once in a while, tell me what's going on. And
Laker games, Dodger, throwing out pitches at Dodger games. That must have been a lot of fun.
I know. I enjoy a lot of the Lakers, and I really enjoy being at the basketball and throwing my first pitch. That was
they're
really
big.
Yeah, they're
no
huge.
Well, moving on to the Preakness, it's this Saturday, and I know you had the 19 hole in the Derby. There's probably only going to be 11 or 12 in the Preakness. Any thoughts of a post? Would you like an 8, 9, or 10 hole, or what do you think?
I think we're gonna be just fine. The horse is professional. He'll do the rest. We don't have to worry about 19, like you say, or 19, 20, 15. We don't have to worry about that. I can't really think myself about how I'm gonna do the race because we haven't done that before. We always sit down with the trainer and the owner, and then we talk about it, and then we came up with something. So I can't wait to be there and just have a talk with him, and then we'll see what the plan is. And regardless, my horse can either can be a stocker. He's a pretty cool horse.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter inside, outside. It doesn't really matter what post you get. He's just a pro.
I think he's a really nice horse, and we have a big chance.
Spectacular. It must be exciting. You're off to Baltimore Wednesday, and you get in there Wednesday night, and you're also riding a couple in Pimlico before the race as well, right? So you get to know the course a little bit.
Yeah, it's really nice. The support that I have for the owner and the trainer, they keep sending horses to wherever we go, so they keep entering before the race, so I can get a feel of the track. Because even if it's a circle, every track is different. It's different. Yeah, so they're being really supportive about that. They're sending horses, so I got to ride before the big race. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, they have been just spectacular to work with, haven't they?
Mike Smith had some great things to say about you. And nobody wants to lose the Derby, but I know once he got past and it was by you, he was very complimentary, saying it couldn't happen to a nicer kid.
Yeah, I was sitting in a party with friends yesterday. Everybody, you realize how good you have, and then sometimes just go down to earth. And again, being by myself, it just teach me a lot. It teach me how to be humble. done, and I just try. I talk to everybody. Don't make me wrong, but I just try to be focused and like racing. I'm more focused about racing right now. So everybody actually thinks I'm a nice guy, and everybody says nice things about me.
Well, you are a nice guy. You're very honest too, and I think you said it perfect. Like, you're just the same rider you were last year, except you're just a guy that got an opportunity, and you've run with it. You got a great opportunity, and you've made the most. And that's what this horse racing game is. You don't get all that many great opportunities in horse racing, and once you get one, you got to latch on and run with it. And you've been very good at, obviously taking advantage of. I'll have another.
Yeah, no, I know. It's all about the horse. Like, I don't want people think that, oh my God, now getting all the attention. No, they have to give the credit to the horse, because like a jockey without a horse it's just nobody.
Yeah.
And then, but the support here, like Troy and Glenn, they actually the ones that pushed me to stay there. Even I wanted to come back here so much. So I can't forget those things. Like, I know where I came from, and like you have to have the right people around you so they can give you that extra push that you need. You always need good people to point you to the right direction. Hey, and I'm fortunate to have choose my partner and Troy. Like, they're big in my life.
Keep you grounded and keep you focused and going in the right direction, and you certainly are. Just quickly touching back on the Preakness, looks like Mike Smith's probably going to be the one you have to come and catch. Does that look like the one? It looks like Bodemeister's going to run, and that looks like maybe the one you're going to have to beat.
Yeah, I think like he's a good horse. He's a really talented horse, and like to be able to fracture that fast and that big race in Kentucky, I probably won't be able to. I probably won't let my horse stay back to back in the race. But like I say, I can't tell you something right now, because I still have to go and talk to the trainer and owner, and we'll come up with something. And then I know the horse will do the race. He's so professional. He has been proving people wrong, and he's giving me just such a great opportunity. Like all this is new stuff for me, and I'm just glad that I got to meet the horse too.
Well, you came up with a pretty good game plan in the Derby. That seemed to go pretty well. So I know we all have confidence in you that you'll do everything you can and get everything going your way in the Preakness.
Well, yeah, like the Kentucky Derby, I just feel like a lot of people was just so supportive with me. So I think every single one they helped me a lot. Like, it was like I don't know, like, you guys were just on my side, and you guys were, everybody was on my side, were pushing all the horses away from me, because I have the perfect trip. Like, I got no problems. I break out clean, and I was able to manage the horse
where you wanted them, yeah.
Where you want to be, and like, I just have the perfect trip. That was a perfect day. That was a great day.
It was a perfect day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And, well, you obviously have a lot of people behind you. You should have heard the noise at Hastings and even here at the Derby Bar and Grill. It was deafening. I mean, so many people bet their $2 on you, and they were showing confidence in you, and you came through. Win or lose, we'll all be pulling for you in the Preakness, but you'll always have the Kentucky Derby in your hip pocket, and not many jockeys can say that.
That's right. That's for life.
That is for life. So thanks for joining us today here on Handicappers Corner. Good luck on Saturday.
My pleasure.
Good luck, Mario.
Thank you.